You're watching the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14.
Right now at 7, MoDOT begins training for the possibility of severe winter weather.
And students at Crowder College now have the opportunity to hone their medical skills in a brand new surgical technology program.
And we've got an alert day today for a red flag warning through 7 o'clock tonight. We hold on to alert days through the weekend. We'll tell you what's going on with the wind and some rain chances coming up.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Thanks for joining us for the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. I'm Tanya Bach. A road in South Joplin is closed due to a water line break located at the 500 block of South Joplin. In Joplin, roadblocks have been set up as crews try to fix the line break. There's no update to when the line will be fixed or when the road will be open again. This is the developing story. We'll have the latest details on our website at KOAMnewsnow.com. A rollover leads to a 2-vehicle crash in Joplin Thursday night. Joplin Emergency 911 responded to the 2-vehicle crash at 2nd and Patterson just before 11. Joplin Fire, Joplin Police, and Met's ambulance responded. Authorities say a maroon Toyota Highlander was traveling west when it rolled over on its side. It was then struck by a southbound white Dodge Journey. Both vehicles were towed from the scene. Authorities say no one was injured. Ottawa County Sheriff says the recent escape of 4 inmates was not a jail issue, but the fault of a jailer. Inmates escaped the jail on October 4th by running through a door left open while the repairmen were working in the jail pod. 1 inmate was caught the same day. Authorities caught another on October 5th and offered rewards for the other 2. Authorities caught them October 7th. Sheriff Dean said they are at full capacity with 3 to 4 jailers per shift and cannot manage every inmate.
And everybody's like, well, why is the Sallyport door open? Well, the Sallyport door was open because they was welding and cutting metal in the Sallyport, so they needed that as ventilation. Is that an excuse? No, it shouldn't have been open.
Sheriff Dean said these inmates are the only ones who have escaped this year. MoDOT is already preparing for the possibility of severe winter weather this year. On Thursday, the department held its winter weather drill. It consisted of crews deployed to react to a simulated forecast of significant snow for the entire state. Officials say this drill is even more important this year because of staffing shortages.
So we can't just put them in a dump truck and say, good luck. We have to train those people. So at the beginning of the season, a lot of time the new people will be in their training with a seasoned employee. So efficiency, it takes a bit to train those people before we can actually let them take the truck by themselves.
MoDOT says it spent more than $53 million on winter operations last year. Crowder College hosts an open house for a brand new surgical technology program. It's a 1-year certificate program and offers an associate degree. The program starts in August and ends in May. The purpose of Thursday's open house was to showcase surgical student skills, new surgical labs, and classrooms.
In the healthcare field, surgical technologists and scrub techs, there's a high demand for them. And this is something that Crowder College will be able to service our immediate community and the outlying community as well with meeting the healthcare needs that are necessary in our region.
15 students are currently enrolled in the program.
All right, time for us to take a look back on this day in weather history. And going back to 1975, Carlton Fisk made history on this day because of a walk-off home run in the 1975 World Series after it had been postponed by rain for 3 days. Now, right now we don't have any immediate rain, but it is on the way. An alert day today for a red flag warning through 7 o'clock tonight for all the counties in pink. And that is because of this, the winds. We're looking at wind gusts today, 25, 30 miles an hour. They're going to pick up tonight instead of letting up. We could see 35, 40 mile an hour wind gusts overnight and through Saturday night into Sunday, maybe even in Sunday evening. And we'll still see gusty winds by Monday evening, 25 to 30 miles an hour. So on the trash can forecast, at least today, could end up in your neighbor's yard. So do make sure that your trash can is weighted down. Right now at 7th range line, beautiful sunrise out there. And the trees aren't moving really all that much because the wind's only south at 8. But it'll pick up later. 50 degrees in Joplin. And again, some kind of anomaly with the data here, but it is actually 45, 46 in Miami right now. 49 Parsons, 46 Pittsburgh, 48 Lamar, and 50 in Carthage as we start the day. As we go through today, we're going to be decent, 81, just very gusty winds. Increasing clouds in the evening will give us mostly cloudy skies overnight tonight. We'll drop back down to a low of 65 degrees with those gusty south winds. Friday night football, we're calling cloud interference and wind interference. So depending on the positioning of your field, it may or may not work to your advantage. 70 at kickoff, 65 by the end of the game. And a quick look at the 7-day forecast for you. We've got alert days through the weekend for those 40-mile-an-hour wind gusts, maybe a late-day storm Sunday, mainly on the Missouri side. And then evening thunderstorm chances Monday, 75. More widespread shower and thunderstorm chances throughout the day Tuesday. Early morning shower and thunderstorm chances on Wednesday. We'll start early at 50. I think temperatures will cool through the day. 39 the low, and then we warm back up a little bit. 64 and partly cloudy on Thursday. So a very active week ahead of us, but some much needed rain on the way. We've just got to get through some 40-mile-an-hour wind gusts before that.
All right. Well, hold on to your hats, right?
Absolutely. Glue it to your head if you can.
I'll pass. All right, up next, we've got the Cadaver Zone heading back in studio with some super scary makeup tips. You don't want to miss this.
And later, a new report suggests that suicides have dropped for active service members since 2020. We'll have the details. You're watching the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14.
In Health Watch this morning, the U.S. Surgeon General is issuing a call for action for boosting workplace mental health and well-being. The Office of the Surgeon General laid out its framework Thursday with guidelines to lift up workers' voices and protect their health. The report states 5 essentials are needed for workplace mental health and well-being. Those include protection from harm, opportunity for growth, connection and community, work-life harmony, and mattering at work. They say these essentials can help empower workers and create a workplace culture where people feel supported and connected. The report also noted factors that can contribute to an unhealthy workplace, such as long commutes, unpredictable hours, and low autonomy. Well, suicides among active duty service members dropped last year compared with 2020. A new report from the Pentagon shows 519 service members took their own lives in 2021, and that was down from 582 military members in 2020. While that was encouraging news, the overall suicide rate among active service members is up over the past 10 years. The rate has remained flat among reserve service members and National Guard troops.
We do have an alert day today for the red flag warning that goes until 7 o'clock for all the counties in pink on this map. But the gusty winds are going to be more than just today. So 25, 30-mile-an-hour gusts today. As we head into tonight, they're going to be 35, maybe even 40-mile-an-hour wind gusts. And they'll stay that way through Saturday and into Sunday as well. 40-mile-an-hour wind gusts. And we stay gusty even on Monday. 25 to 30-mile-an-hour wind gusts are a possibility as well. So with that trash can forecast for today, make sure it's weighted down so it doesn't end up in your neighbor's yard. By tomorrow, though, it could be gone forever if it's not weighted down. So make sure you check in on your trash can because it's a very friendly, very helpful thing outside, and it's got to be out in all of this business. Beautiful sunrise, 7th and range line, 50 degrees with a light south breeze for the time being. And again, some sort of temperature anomaly in the map here. It is 45 in Miami right now, 43 Independence, 49 in Parsons, 48 Lamar, and 50 in Carthage. Going through the rest of the day, we will, of course, be breezy, but we'll warm up to a high of 81 degrees. We'll have increasing clouds in the evening and be mostly cloudy as we head into the overnight tonight. We'll drop back down to a low of 65. And a quick check of the 7-day forecast for you. We went ahead and put alert days on for Saturday and Sunday for those 40-mile-an-hour wind gusts. Maybe a late day storm on Sunday on the Missouri side, 82. Evening thunderstorms Monday, 75. Nearly all day thunderstorms Tuesday, 63. Morning thunderstorms Wednesday, and 50. Cooling down a little bit through the day, and then 64, partly cloudy by Thursday. So a very busy week ahead of us and some much needed rain on the way. We'll be right back with the Cadaver Zone after this. Welcome back. We've got Chaz Zolkowski from the Cadaver Zone along with Harley and Isabella here today. So welcome to the show. Good morning.
Good morning.
Are you all awake?
Mm-hmm. We're trying.
Okay, all right.
We were open last night, so it's been a long night.
I don't doubt it. I don't know how you can turn around. I mean, I've got to get to bed by, if I'm asleep by 7:30, I will still wake up exhausted in the morning. Right. So it takes a lot to get some good sleep. But thankfully, Harley and Isabella are a little bit younger, so it's probably a little easier for them to turn around, wake up in the morning, maybe. But something else they had to do this morning is all of this makeup. So what does it take to do like what Harley has all over her face right now?
Well, how long did that take you this morning, Harley? About 20 minutes?
It took a little bit less than that because I woke up late, so say at 15, but usually 20, 30 minutes, depending on what I'm doing, you know. The latex takes a bit of time to dry, so.
And that, I mean, it's absolutely, it looks so extremely painful, even though it's not. So tell us a little bit about what you've got going on.
I've just got like latex on my face that I then like split open to stick safety pins through, so it looks like, you know, I had a little accident. Him in a dress fell into the safety pin box. Fun times.
Yeah, I mean, if you can see it there, it looks absolutely alarming. What does it take to get all of this together? I mean, because this looks, for me, it'd take hours for me to be able to do what you've managed to do in what seems like a short time. How do you get to do this?
I really don't know how you get into spook house and you get into being fast because you don't have a lot of time at spook houses. You get there, you got to get your stuff done and have it together. And it's just something I enjoy. I enjoy being able to look, you know, kind of crazy without it. It's a fun time.
Well, and you have to have that mentality of being a spook, being an actor, and it just begins to come naturally.
You just kind of start to have that flow and figuring out how you do that. So, of course, what Harley's got is not the only type of makeup you do. What else do you all do in terms of, you know, upping the scare factor?
Well, each room has a different theme, so each room will have different types of characters depending upon what the theme of the room is. So we actually have a gal that is kind of in charge of our makeup and helps determine what's going to be in each room. So she sits in, we have what we call the spook room where they go in and get their costumes on and get their makeup or their masks or whatever. And she sits in there and says, okay, you do this, you do that. And we have a set of lockers that have the costumes already in them. So they just go to that locker, get that costume out and put it on. And if they need makeup, then they go to the makeup chair. And one of our actors, we have 3 or 4 that do help with the makeup, and they'll sit there and do that person's makeup. And then just rotate in the next person. And because we'll have as many as 35 or so people in the spook house at one time. So it takes quite a bit of effort and quite a bit of pre-planning to make it all work.
I can't even begin to imagine. I imagine, you know, if it comes to the masks or the costumes, that's got to be a little bit easier to get on than the makeup is. And of course, Harley now is working on some makeup for Isabella. And how long does this process typically take to prep for this? Because as Harley mentioned, you know, there's not a lot of time, but it looks like it would have taken hours in order to accomplish what she's got.
Well, as Harley said, she was in a little bit of a time crunch this morning, so she got hers done in about 15 minutes. And she's going to have Isabella done here in about another minute or so. But you know, that being said, by the time you figure we may have 10 actors in makeup and not just in a mask on any particular night. So, you know, 15 minutes times 10, you know, you're talking a couple of man hours worth of work, but that's why we have 3 or 4 people doing it at the same time. Typically, what we like to see is that our actors get there anywhere between 5:30 and 6 o'clock to be ready to open at 7.
And of course, this is not necessarily traditional makeup. This isn't what you just go to the beauty counter at Walmart or Target and pick up. Where do you manage to get this together? How do you manage to determine what it's going to take in order to create these looks?
Well, actually, a lot of this stuff now, because we've been doing this so long, we figured out ways to make it.
That is true.
Make it at home with like glycerin and. What's the name of the other stuff?
Gelatin. We use a lot of gelatin. The scab blood I'm using today was homemade by Caitlin, so we don't have to buy that. And they use like corn syrup and all that stuff. It'd be funny what you can find in your kitchen that looks like blood, and you just mix it up and it works.
And that's the crazy thing is how many of these things can be homemade. You know, when you look at it, you're like, there's no way it's homemade. It's got to be professionally created somehow. But and in a sense, you all have become professionals at what you do, and so it is professionally created, but right here at home.
Right, and you know, again, as we've talked over the past few weeks. We've been doing this a long time. So over the years, every year we improve what we do and how we do it to make it more efficient and look more realistic.
And of course, in just 60 seconds, look at what Harley managed to do with Isabella there. I mean, that's just
impressive. I can
impressive.
whip out bruising like there's no tomorrow.
Absolutely incredible. So we're running out of time, so a quick recap. When you all open and where are you located?
We open again tonight at 7 o'clock. We'll be open this weekend, and then we'll open next Wednesday through Halloween. Every night we open at 7 o'clock. We are located at 43 Highway in Kafer, which is 5 miles north of Stone's Corner in Joplin.
All right. Well, thank you all so much for coming in this morning and doing all this work for 5 minutes. But, I mean, it's just absolutely incredible what you all are able to pull off. And, of course, we'll have more information on our website at KOAMnewsnow.com. We'll be right back after this.
It's time to honor today's fourth state hero, Private First Class Harold Redburn. The Chinook, Kansas native served in Germany and Europe from 1943 to 1945 as a paratrooper in the 82nd Airborne. To Private First Class Harold Redburn, we thank you, today's fourth state hero.
Well, in remote landscapes like mountains and forests, if you get badly hurt, you could die before help gets to you.
But by arming first responders with jet suits, crews are hoping to reach victims before it's too late.
Ashley Strohmeyer has more.
It's like something out of a science fiction movie. First responders in England are training with jet suits to help reach victims in remote areas faster, potentially saving more lives.
Paramedic response is all about getting to the side of that critical care patient super fast. You're not taking them to hospital, you're getting alongside them to sort out blood loss, a breathing problem, manage pain and triage that patient. And our ability to get over any terrain in almost any weather and get alongside that casualty, often faster than a helicopter or on foot, that's turned out to be super valuable.
The high-tech devices from Gravity Industries have been in the works since 2017. These updated designs are 3D printed and feature a total of 7 small jet engines. Now crews are testing how the suits will perform in fierce weather conditions.
When you're moving at a little bit of speed, the rain gets in your face and in your eyes a little bit, but actually countering the wind is when you're coming up over a ridgeline is sometimes a little bit difficult, but actually if you're expecting it, it's a very stable piece of equipment and you can counter it and maneuver it and manage it quite safely.
The jet suits, meanwhile, can also fly over water. Military units recently tested them in New York Harbor. Officials say special forces can use them to board enemy ships and even save hostages. The jet suits let users reach speeds of 85 miles per hour and heights of more than 12,000 feet. For safety reasons, many stay closer to the ground. Ashley Strohmeyer, Fox News.
Absolutely incredible.
Can we get a jetpack just to play around with?
That'd be kind of fun. I could jetpack to work every morning.
Might be cold, but
Might be, but it'd be kind of fun, now wouldn't it?
you get an up close first-person look at the weather.
Yeah.
On your way to work.
And, well, you're not going to need a jetpack for getting anywhere today with the winds we're going to see over the next couple of days. We have an alert day today for a red flag warning through 7 o'clock. And if you are in the counties in pink, you are in that red flag warning. And here's why. Wind gusts today, 25, 30 miles an hour. Wind gusts tonight, 35, maybe 40 miles an hour. Same story as we head through Saturday. And as we head into Sunday, as you can see, we're talking wind gusts pushing 40 miles an hour yet again. And we stay gusty Sunday night and into Monday as well. Monday evening, still looking at wind gusts 25 to 30 miles an hour. So make sure your trash can is secure so it does not end up in the neighbor's yard. Beautiful sunrise, 7th and range line. Trees aren't swaying back and forth yet because the wind is only at 8 out of the south. 50 degrees in Joplin. And a quick reminder, just a temperature anomaly on the map for some reason. It's about 45 degrees in Miami, 48 Pittsburgh, 50 Lamar and Carthage, and 49 in Monette as we start the day. As we go through today, we will warm up quite nicely to an afternoon high of 81 with those gusty winds. Increasing clouds in the evening will give us mostly cloudy skies tonight. We drop back down to a low of 45. Goodness, that's been where we've been lately. An overnight low of 65 tonight. 80 Saturday, 82 Sunday, maybe a stray storm or two on the Missouri side Sunday evening. Alert days for those 40-mile-an-hour wind gusts. Evening thunderstorm chances Monday. More widespread daytime thunderstorms throughout the day on Tuesday, morning thunderstorm chances on Wednesday, and then we clear out and we're 64 and partly cloudy by Thursday. So certainly a very active and busy week ahead of us with some much needed rain on the way. We're back with more of the KOAM Morning News right after this.
Our state's most watched news starts now.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. It's currently 7:29. A road in South Joplin is closed due to a water line break. It's located at the 500 block of South Joplin. In Joplin, roadblocks have been set up as crews try to fix the line break. There's no update when the line will be fixed or when the road will be opened again. This is a developing story. We'll have all the latest details on our website at KOAMnewsnow.com. Two-vehicle crash leads to a rollover in Joplin Thursday night. Joplin Emergency 911 responded to the crash at 2nd and Patterson just before 11. Joplin Fire, Joplin Police, and Met's ambulance responded. Authorities say a maroon Toyota Highlander was traveling west when it was T-boned by a southbound white Dodge Journey. Both vehicles were towed from the scene. Authorities say no one was injured. The search for the missing Welch girls continues after nearly 23 years. The latest development in the search for Ashley Freeman and Laura Bible, who disappeared in 1999. Acting on a tip, the FBI, OSBI, and 2 sheriff's departments are searching 2 sites in the Pitcher, Oklahoma area yesterday where the 2 teens were last known to be alive. Investigators believed the 2 were kidnapped and murdered, but their bodies have never been found. Laura Bible's parents watched as investigators dug. Even after all these years, the community is eager for answers.
Craig County is wonderful. I mean, there's nothing, and a lot of people that have followed this for 20 years, there's nothing they wouldn't do. I mean, when we put the Facebook page on about 12 o'clock to let people know what we were doing today, it's already got like 5,000, 6,000 hits in 2 hours, so.
Authorities say they did not find anything of significance at the sites. The season of giving is here, so a local Joplin organization decided to give back to the community and help families. Seroptimus International of Joplin is an organization that works to improve the lives of women and girls in the community. On Thursday, they visited the Ronald McDonald House of the 4 States for their quarterly Seroptimus Gives Back program. They provided lunch and also got festive for the Halloween season by creating decorations for the house and creating Halloween bags for families.
We've helped with some of their, like the dishwasher. We purchased dishwasher. We've purchased breast pumps. We've supported nights of stay. Some of our members are actually volunteers here.
Seroptimus Gives Back is a program designed to be hands-on and helps other nonprofits who are serving women and girls. It also gives members a chance to learn about the organizations. On Thursday, some Special Olympics Kansas athletes got a treat of a lesson on local trails. Special Olympics Kansas hosted a treat and trails event for kids at the Waco Trail in Pittsburgh. The event provides a chance for athletes to learn the local trail systems and how athletes can use them to access community resources. Local businesses and organizations provided healthy treats for the athletes.
It's important that we work with our athletes and let them know that they can access different resources, different businesses that are in an active way, not just through a car or just through other forms of transportation, but there's ways with bicycling and walking that they can access that as well.
Thursday's event was geared towards youth Special Olympic athletes. On Tuesday, October 25th, the event will be held for adult athletes.
All right, we've got a red flag warning for some of us today, so that's why we have an alert day for that red flag warning. In fact, we have alert days through the weekend. We'll tell you why. Red flag warning for every county in pink through 7 o'clock tonight. And then the winds. Today, 25 to 30 mile an hour gusts. As we head into tonight and tomorrow, wind gusts pushing 40 miles an hour through to tomorrow night into Sunday. Wind gusts again pushing 40 miles an hour. And Sunday night, 40-mile-an-hour wind gusts. They start to die down a little bit by Monday, 25 to 30-mile-an-hour wind gusts. So with your trash can, make sure it's secured so it does not end up in your neighbor's yard today. 7th and Range Line, beautiful sunrise right now, 50 degrees. The wind is calm at 8 miles an hour out of the south, but it'll be picking up later, as we just showed you. Again, minor temperature anomaly on this graph. We're not sure what's going on, but it's 45 in Miami, not 25. 48 Pittsburgh, 49 Parsons, 43 Independence, and 50 in Carthage as we start the day. Going through today, we'll warm up to a high of 81 degrees with those windy conditions. Increasing clouds this evening will give us mostly cloudy skies as we head into tonight, dropping back down for an overnight low of 65, and the 7-day forecast gets busy. Alert days through the weekend for those 40-mile-an-hour wind gusts. Maybe a stray storm or two on the Missouri side Sunday, 82, Sunday evening, by the way. More shower and thunderstorm chances Monday night. More widespread shower and thunderstorm chances through the day on Tuesday. Some morning shower and thunderstorm chances on Wednesday. Temperatures start cool and will cool down through the day. And then by Thursday, we calm down a bit. 64, partly cloudy, but certainly a busy week ahead of us. More rain and very gusty winds. We're back with more right after this.
Welcome back. It is Friday, and we've got Shannon Becker back in studio this morning with his big 3 stories of the week.
That's right. What's live and breaking on our website, KOAM News Now. Let's check it out. Number 3 this week is a residence in southeast Kansas, just north of Columbus on Northeast Lawton Road in Kansas 7. Resident is a first big cold night, Monday night, and was lighting a stove for heat and somehow it malfunctioned. Columbus Fire Chief tells us resident was suffered minor burns, but did not require hospitalization. The home was completely destroyed, and Red Cross responded to assist. I got to remember, everybody here, it was Weir Fire assisted, also West Mineral and Scammon assisted Columbus.
You know, the story is just a reminder to folks that when they first turn on their furnaces, when they first turn on their heaters, you know, make sure everything's cleaned out. Do you need to get it checked?
And chimneys too.
Yeah, chimneys.
I haven't seen that yet, but it's going to happen. I know it will. Always get a professional clean your chimney and make sure it's okay. Our number 2 story, KOAM News Now, Joplin teen from Joplin High School was killed in a crash late Saturday night near Dove and Deer Drive. A single vehicle crash as the Honda Civic slid into a utility pole and 2 people were thrown from the vehicle. The young man died later at a Joplin hospital. Our number 1 story, fire. Saturday afternoon in Brooklyn Heights, which is just outside of Carthage. 120-year-old residents, it used to be called Arlen Crossing, caught fire, fully engulfed. By the time, I mean, this is a half hour after I got there. The house is completely
I can't imagine.
destroyed.
How far away were you shooting this?
I was pretty close there, but I could feel it a block away. I'm not kidding.
That
1 block
heat,
away, you could feel
that
it.
heat had to be crazy.
2 firefighters were treated for exhaustion at the scene. They did not require hospitalization or anything because it was hot.
If we could stay on the video here a little bit, you were telling me about the entryway. And,
here's a picture of it, what it looked like before the fire.
Wow.
And you can tell as a really big, beautiful residence, had stained glass all around the top there.
Built right around the turn of the century.
In 1904. And our bonus story of the week, I keep talking about because people keep loving it. It's our Halloween light list. Drake and More opened up this week. It's at Crow and McClellan Boulevard. If you go to our website, the list, it gives you directions to each one of them. There's about 7 of them right now. And also you can make donations. Some of them, you know, obviously there's a lot of costs involved in Drake and More, and there's a lot of people as well. There's one over in Joplin on Kent Drive. You can actually donate to St. Jude's. It's a program they're doing now. You can buy a skeleton. So it's kind of neat. You can help out the kids.
On your site, does it talk about which ones are raising money to? Or?
Oh yeah,
Okay,
yep.
cool.
You just got to click on it. So it's pretty easy.
Click on that link for
I
Halloween
make it easy
lights.
for you. And the list, like wherever you're sitting, it will tell you how far it is to that place. Like it just automatically comes up. Like
so
that.
if you have a really cool display and it's not on Shannon's list, you might send him a message.
Yeah, you could if you want to, but I probably already know about it. So anyway, you got to be good to make the list. Okay, I'm choosing. That's your bonus story, KOAM News Now, and our big 3 of the week.
All right, well, thank you so much for joining us. Now you're out and about to go get more stories.
That's right.
All right, we'll be right back.
We do have an alert day for today for a red flag warning that goes into effect and will run until 7 o'clock. If you are in the highlighted counties in pink, you are under that red flag warning again through 7 this evening. We also have alert days through the weekend, and here's why. Wind gusts today about 25 to 30 miles an hour. Wind gusts tonight about 35 to 40, and they'll stay that way through the weekend as we head into Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon. 40-mile-an-hour wind gusts. We head into Saturday night and Sunday afternoon, 40-mile-an-hour wind gusts. We head into Sunday night into Monday morning, 40-mile-an-hour wind gusts. And then they start to die down a bit, 25 to 30-mile-an-hour wind gusts by the time we head into Monday. So do make sure your trash can is secure because you do not want it in your neighbor's yard and your neighbor doesn't want it in their yard. So make sure it's locked down today before the winds start to pick up because right now they're pretty calm. South at 8, 50 degrees in Joplin, 45 in Miami. I only know this because I keep checking on it. That is just an anomaly on the map. It is not 25 in Miami. 45 in Chetopa, 49 Parsons, 48 Pittsburgh, and 50 in Carthage as we start the day. As we go through today, an unseasonably warm day for us, about 10 degrees above where we should be this time of year. 81, increasing clouds in the evening, and those increasing clouds give us mostly cloudy skies overnight tonight with a low of 65 degrees. And again, very windy for us. For Friday night football, we are calling for two things. One, cloud interference on the field, and two, wind interference. And depending on the position of your field, it may or may not work to your advantage. Otherwise, we are 70 at kickoff tonight and 65 by the time the game is over. Now let's take a quick look at the 7-day forecast because that's where, boy, we got a busy week. Alert day Saturday and Sunday for those 40-mile-an-hour wind gusts. Maybe a late day stray shower storm on the Missouri side of things on Sunday. Evening thunderstorms on Monday, more widespread thunderstorms throughout the day on Tuesday, and some early morning storms possible on Wednesday. So 75, 63, 50. And then by Thursday, we start to clear out a little bit and calm down, 64 under partly cloudy skies. But as you can see, between here and there, very busy several days ahead of us and some much needed rain on the way. In Consumer Watch this morning, the Biden administration's federal student loan forgiveness program survived 2 court challenges on Thursday. A federal judge in Missouri dismissed a lawsuit brought by 6 GOP-led states, while U.S. Supreme Court Justice Amy Coney Barrett denied a request by a Wisconsin taxpayers group to put the program on hold. Millions of Americans have already applied for relief of up to $20,000 since the application launched 1 week ago. This week, Lyft began testing a new feature that allows users to search for and reserve parking spots. The ride-hailing company is partnering with Spot Hero for the service, dubbed Lyft Parking. The feature is available in a small number of select cities in the United States and Canada, with plans to expand to 50 cities by the end of this year. And a federal judge says a lawsuit alleging pasta maker Berea misled customers can go forward next month. Brought by 2 California residents who say the company, marketing as Italy's #1 brand of pasta with colors from Italy's flag, is false advertising since the products they bought were made in the USA. Between high prices and high mortgage rates, who wants to buy a house right now? Well, clearly a lot of people don't. Home sales have declined for the 8th month in a row in September, the longest housing sales slump since the mortgage collapse 15 years ago. But this time around, there's not much inventory. Usually a slowing housing market means a lot of houses are available, which would push prices lower. But there are far fewer fresh listings because homeowners want to hold on to the lower mortgage rate. So the houses that are for sale are going for more, but there are still bidding wars because there aren't many to choose from. Top retailers are giving workers a break this Thanksgiving. Walmart, Target, and Best Buy will close their doors this Turkey Day, a practice many companies started in response to the pandemic. Target's CEO called the move a temporary measure that is now the company's new standard. Kohl's and others will also close on Thanksgiving this year. At the same time, the big retail chains are again starting discounts early this year. Some have already launched promotions and sales events and plan to spread them out across the season. The extended shopping season means stores can close on Thanksgiving without a big impact on sales. We've got a lot more when we come back, but first, why don't we take a look at the market prices before the opening bell.
Minecraft has evolved beyond its video game origins into a form of artistic expression for many, including one creator who used it to build the universe.
Rick Damigella reports.
panic, the James Webb Space Telescope did not suddenly start sending back pixelated photos. These intergalactic images are the creation of YouTuber Chris DeCow, who built them in Minecraft.
This video took me 2 months. The actual raw building took me a month and a half of like every day building for like hours a day. The black hole is my favorite because I love the movie Interstellar, and I love how close I actually got. I challenged myself even more than I had to, but I thought it would look really cool if it was at an angle. So, because that's one of the shots in Interstellar, it shows it's like totally tilted and it looks really cool. And it kind of also expresses that there is no up and down in space. There's no perfect way to view something.
I wasn't just building the stars. I was building everything in between the stars.
Chris also crafted a more down-to-earth view of the stars.
I built Starry Night, like a huge version of Starry Night where it's three-dimensional. It's not just like a flat thing in Minecraft. It's a three-dimensional world.
Whether it's Van Gogh's point of view or NASA's, Chris DeCow expresses his creativity one block at a time. Leveling Up in Hollywood, I'm Rick Damigella.
There's some absolutely incredible creations in Minecraft these days. I don't have the time or the patience or the creativity really to do that.
Now I truly understand why my children got bored when I pulled out the old classic Atari and they were annoyed with the graphics on that.
I think the old classic Atari is great.
This is the stuff they're doing and what they're used to, and it's amazing. Like, it's amazing how advanced it is. Yeah, everything had to start somewhere.
It did.
You know,
it did.
I will never get rid of River Raid. That's my game. That's my jam.
That is mine too.
But like the stuff they're doing with Minecraft, what they can do with Roblox and things like that.
It's just wild what they can do these days. But no, yeah, River Raid was mine too. I played that thing every day. I mean, I wore that little cartridge out, so it was a great game.
I got one of those classic Atari things that has all the games loaded on it. We should have a River Raid challenge.
We should. We absolutely should. Well, we've got a hold on to your hat challenge for you today because we have an alert day for a red flag warning that goes until 7 o'clock tonight because of very gusty winds. Those pink counties are where the red flag warning is, and here's why. Wind gusts later today will be 25, 30 miles an hour. As we head into tonight, they'll be gusting 35 to 40 miles an hour, and they will continue to do so through the weekend into Sunday night, and then they calm down a bit to gusting to only 25 or 30 miles an hour by Monday. Right now in Joplin, the wind is calm for the time being, south at 8, 50 degrees in Joplin. Again, temperature anomaly down to the south for some reason, but it's 45 Miami, 48 Pittsburgh, 48 Neodesha, and 42 in Independence. We go through today, we will warm up to a high of 81. Increasing clouds in the evening will give us mostly cloudy skies tonight, and we'll drop back down only to 65, so a pretty pleasant evening ahead of us. 7-day forecast, alert days through the weekend for those 40-mile-an-hour wind gusts. Stray storm or two possible on the Missouri side Sunday. More widespread evening thunderstorms Monday. Thunderstorms throughout the day on Tuesday. Morning thunderstorms Wednesday and cooler. We start at 50 and the temperatures will drop through the day. And then by Thursday, 64, partly cloudy, but a very busy week with some much needed rain on the way in the 4 states. We're back right after this.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. Here's what's happening today. There's lots of speculation about who will become Britain's next prime minister after embattled leader Liz Truss announced her resignation. The Conservatives' historically short 6 weeks at 10 Downing Street was marked by economic and political turmoil. Some say Boris Johnson, who also was recently forced to step down, could be among the contenders to replace Truss. In recent weeks, health experts are reporting a concerning increase of a respiratory virus among young children. Hospitals in at least 33 states are seeing a dramatic rise in cases of the illness called RSV. Cases have more than doubled in 25 states over the last month, and it's putting a strain on hospitals. The state of Connecticut is even thinking of bringing in the National Guard. And the body of a Princeton University student who was missing for nearly a week was found behind the campus tennis courts. Officials say there were no obvious signs of injury or foul play in the death of Ms. Raj Iwunata, 20-year-old from Ethiopia.
We've got an alert day for today. Red flag warning through 7 o'clock tonight. Winds gusting 25 to 30 miles an hour, 81. Increasing clouds give us mostly cloudy skies tonight, 65. Winds pick up tonight, gusting from 35 to 40 miles an hour. And as we take a look at the 7-day alert days through the weekend for 40-mile-an-hour wind gusts, maybe a stray storm Sunday on the Missouri side, evening thunderstorms Monday, widespread thunderstorms Tuesday, morning thunderstorms Wednesday, and then 64 and partly cloudy by Thursday. So a very active weather week.
All right, well, Thursday was a sad day for animal enthusiasts.
The Pueblo Zoo in Colorado announced that Rusty, the beloved red panda, passed away at the age of 10.
Rusty became a social media sensation in 2013 when he escaped from his enclosure at the Smithsonian National Zoo in Washington, D.C.
Now, the furry escape artist was found the next day in D.C.'s Adams Morgan neighborhood. Rusty was born at Nebraska's Lincoln Children's Zoo in 2012, where he lived for a year before moving to Washington.
After his 2013 escape, he moved to Colorado's Pueblo Zoo, where he lived out his years, becoming a father to twin pandas.
He's a cute little thing.
Aww.
Very cute little thing. Very sad that he has passed, but hey, he brought 2 more pandas into the world.
And you know, his escape, he just
He's
wanted
an
some
escape artist,
attention, and he wanted to go on an adventure.
Keep an eye on those twin pandas. They may have inherited that skill. Well, thanks so much for letting us put the good in your morning. We're back with more news and weather today at noon.
Have a great morning and an even better day.